If you're looking to improve your impact in meetings, chances are you already know how important it is as a manager and a leader to be on your game in meetings and be seen as the influential leader who helps move work along. It's critical to your leadership and indeed your career success. But that doesn't always make it easy. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 actions that you can take which will automatically improve your impact and influence in every meeting you attend. My name is Helen Bryant. I'm a leadership coach, and this channel is here to help managers like you become exceptional leaders. Now, meetings are important for the simple reason that, unlike writing a report or analysing some data or doing all those things that you can quietly do on your own, when you're in a meeting, it's a bit like you're doing your work out loud. Other people see how you do it. The assessment of you as an effective manager and leader, particularly if you want to get on to those next levels, disproportionately happens in these moments of collaboration. People can't help themselves. They just make judgments about how a person is. So if you want to be that influential leader and get on to that next role and that next level, you have to think about your impact in each and every meeting that you attend. And yet for many people, it's quite a passive activity. Oh, another meeting. In we all go. Let's do the work, have the conversation. Let's jump into the 3 activities that really make a difference. The first is before the meeting. It's the preparation. Now, the thing about preparation is if we were all together, you would probably tell me that preparation was absolutely critical. And yet, common sense is not always common practice. And the challenge with preparation is we have busy calendars. We often have the idea of preparing in our head, but we don't translate it into scheduled time when we know we will do the work. And as a consequence, it's on the to-do list, the day is busy, and it kind of falls around the edges. Now, here's the problem with it. If you go to a meeting ill-prepared, you are thinking and doing the meeting at the same time. You're thinking about how this affects your team or your area or the project. You're thinking about what everybody else is saying. And there is a lot going on there. And that automatically makes it more difficult at times to communicate clearly, to help guide people to solving problems. And also, it's just quite tiring. So the challenge is to go to your meetings prepared. And I'm going to share a simple formula with you that can help you think about the time you need to allocate so that you make sure that it's scheduled in your diary. If you're chairing a meeting, I want you to think 60 plus 60 plus 30. That means for every 60-minute meeting, you should, as a minimum, give yourself, scheduled in your diary, 60 minutes preparation time. The 30 is the follow-up time. This is thinking time. It's about getting your head in the game so you're ready to facilitate and guide that meeting to achieve the goal that you have set it. It's not just about writing an agenda. Let's think about this preparation time, because you might think, blimey, an hour to prepare for a meeting. What you're doing is designing the conversation. You're thinking about the purpose of the meeting. You're thinking about how can we best achieve that together in order that the goal of the meeting is achieved. Who needs to speak? What information do we need there? Do we need a pre-read? All of this before the meeting, and then getting that set up and communicated out to the participants. One of the benefits of giving yourself time to think is that it will automatically improve your communication. You will think about how to share certain messages so that you do so with clarity. You will think about the questions that both you or the team need to answer and understand in order to achieve the purpose of the meeting. The thinking and the communicating at the same time just doesn't work. But the more you give time for that upfront thinking, the easier it is to improve your communication impact. Now, if you're participating in a meeting, the formula is slightly different. It would be 15, 60, 15. 15 minutes preparation time to think about that agenda and what you'll need to do. Who will you need to have spoken with? What is your area's perspective on this? What are the key challenges that you will need to address, and what's the information and the added value that you can bring to that in order to move that work forward in the meeting? Now, what you'll often find when you start doing this is that you will very quickly be able to see the wheat from the chaff. The wheat being the high quality meetings which you can really contribute to and add value to, and that move work that you're involved with along, and those which are not a good use of time. And that means you can do something about it. Arriving in the meeting and then realizing it's a waste of time is difficult. Okay, step 2, in the meeting. If you are chairing a meeting, this is the most powerful thing you can do. Right at the start, you say, the purpose of this meeting is, and insert why you're there. And the second thing to say is, by the end of this meeting, we will have, and insert the outcome. By being so clear at the start of the meeting, before you share the agenda, what it does is take that meeting from blurry into sharp focus. And then the agenda and the preparation that you've put in, if you're chairing that meeting, it will make it so much easier for you to guide that conversation that you've designed, because everybody is clear. And also at the end, it makes it very simple to check, did you achieve that? So it brings accountability and focus to meetings. And every time you do it, you will automatically find the meetings you lead are more focused and get better results. And as a consequence, people will think, you're on your game, you know what you're doing, and you will be seen as others as that influential person who can help move work along in a very productive way, which is what we want. If you are a participant in a meeting and you see the agenda goes up, but it is not clear why you're there, then ask, could I just confirm what the purpose of this meeting is? I suggest this to people sometimes and they say, Helen, I can't possibly do that. It's so rude. I kind of think wasting an hour of your time and everybody else's time is way more rude. Having the confidence to make sure that the implicit reason for being there in that meeting is made explicit just saves everybody's time. The third strategy to do is after the meeting, and that is follow up. Now, just doing your actions is like level 1. We expect everybody to do their actions from a meeting, but the leader level goes higher. It gives you time to think about who are the key stakeholders I could update on this, who may find the outputs of this meeting useful. What are the key issues I'm already foreseeing that I could help the team get ahead of? What are the key communication messages I'm sharing with this team? This higher level leadership thinking following meetings is going to make sure that you create a more collaborative, sustainable team environment, that you are going to be seen as a can-do and supportive person to work with who thinks about their needs and delivers against it. It's such an important thing to do, and it doesn't take much time. So if you're chairing a meeting, we gave it 30 minutes. If you're a participant in a meeting, 15. The key to making sure you have that time in your busy diary to do these vital tasks is scheduling it. Don't leave it on your to-do list. Fit it into your diary and think, when am I going to do that? I mentioned earlier that if you give yourself time to prepare and think, it will automatically improve your communication. You will speak more clearly. You will engage better with other people. In this video here, I dive more deeply into the topic and the communication skills of influence. So I'd recommend checking that video out next. It's probably one of the things I've learned that has the greatest impact. Either way, thank you very much for watching, and until next week, take care.